Hey there to all my friends, loved ones, and everybody out there. Today, I decided I was going to make some Florida water. And stay tuned because I'm going to tell you what I put in my Florida water and then give you a little history on Florida water. So come on, let's go with me while I make some homemade Florida water. Okay, so now we've got all the ingredients gathered together for the Florida water. Just so you can take a peek at my table, what I have is a nice empty mason jar of a good size. I've got some Everclear grain alcohol. This is a key ingredient. Some distilled water. My fragrances are going to be made up of all very natural things that I love dearly. So I've got some, I wish you could smell this, lavender flower, lemon orange, some thyme and rosemary from my backyard, and some basil because my basil has just gone absolutely bananas. So I'm putting basil in almost everything. Don't tell anybody because I need to get rid of it. I've made pesto. I've made all the dishes I can think of. I'm sticking basil in everything because basil's gone crazy. And I might add a secret ingredient or two just to make my Florida water special. But come go with me. I'm going to make it right now. Let's go have some fun making Florida water. And then I'll give you a little bit of history about Florida water after. So Florida water. So as you all most likely know, Florida water has been around for a pretty long time, since the early 1800s. Now, this is a traditional one that most people usually have seen. It's by Murray and Landman. I remember being at my grandma's house back in the day, and there was always this bottle of Florida water. Never was a household without its Murray and Lanham Florida water. It had its place. It would sit there on a bathroom shelf, and I never knew really what it was used for when I was younger, but as I grow in my spiritual journey, this is always a staple. It's always on my my little altar that I keep, and it's used for purification and cleansing. Honestly, when Murray and Landman made this, it was meant as a cologne, and oftentimes, ancestrally, our African American ancestors during the time of slavery would use this in the homes of their people who own them, and this would be the smell. And then it became a staple used in hoodoo and voodoo, and a lot of traditions when making offerings to our ancestors in the spirit world. It was partnered with song as well as Florida water. So basically, the tenets of Florida water are for cleansing and spiritual purposes. And this proprietary blend, like I said, is by Murray and Landman, but you can make your own Florida water with its own essences. And that's what I'm doing here today. So here we go. So I've got my peels of my citrus, my lemon, and some orange peels. I have my delicious smelling lavender. Can't get enough of that. This is some ruja, so ruja leaves. So I'm putting that in because I want to add that fragrance, some basil, some thyme and rosemary. And as I shared before, my distilled water, which is very important to use distilled water, and some grain alcohol. All right, so these are the ingredients I'm using, plus my own little additional secret sauce to add to the recipe. So let's go. So I've got a few of my things in my mason jar here, and I'm adding some sprigs of rosemary and thyme to it so they can all marinate and become real friendly in my jar over here. So just adding that to the mix. I love using the herbs directly from my backyard. I mean, they're about as fresh as you can get. You can't get any fresher. And it's so much fun thinking about that. I was part of the process of growing these and then using them into something that I can offer to my ancestors. I love this. So here's my jar, filled with those herbs that I told you about. And I'm gonna add a couple more things, and then I'll add the liquids. Gosh, I really wish you could smell it. It smells so good right now. Oh my gosh. Now, with all my ingredients in the jar, this is the second part of the process. I pour in the grain alcohol, the Everclear. So I'm gonna pour it up, making sure I cover the top of my ingredients, because this part is where Mother Nature does its job. And I'm just simply facilitating it through making sure that everything is covered when I pour in this. All right. And just a little left at the bottom. So the next thing is to put this away. And now the wait begins. Gotta wait for Mother Nature to do its thing. So this beautiful thing is gonna go in a cool, dry, dark pantry. And every few days I'll take it out, I'll shake it around, give it a little shake, and put it back. And in 2 weeks or so, it'll be ready for step 3. So this is where the essence of this is gonna infuse into, the essence of the ingredients will infuse into that liquid. After I have allowed it to go through its process, and some people say you should wait up to 40 days for it to do it, but I'll check on it in 2 weeks and I'll see how it is. Every other day I'm gonna give it a little shake to help its infusion process happen. But as it's going through this infusion process, I will just have to be patient and wait. I'm so excited for my own Florida water. One other step we'll take once this time is up and the infusion process has done its job, we're gonna add distilled water after we strain out all these ingredients, and then add some distilled water to it, and I'll be ready to play with my Florida water. I'm excited. All right, so let me know if you decide to do some Florida water of your own, and what you think of the Florida water experience. This stuff, I'm just gonna say, is great, but I think if this goes as planned, it's gonna be plan B, because plan A is gonna be my own unique Florida water. All right, everybody, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.